D, Bret Hart?
Ooh. 97? Wasn't it Steve Austin?
Very good. Yep.
Because Bret Hart was the champ.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Who did The Rock? No, he was not champion. It was actually it was him and Diesel fighting for the title.
Yeah.
Who did The Rock defend the Intercontinental title against at the Royal Rumble 1998? A, Mankind. B, Ken Shamrock. C, Jeff Jarrett. Or D, Ahmed Johnson. Who did he defend the title against?
Ken Shamrock.
Yep. Very good.
See, now we're getting in the place I know.
Okay, let's see. What kind of match did Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker have at Royal Rumble 1998? A, Hell in a Cell. B, Street Fight. C, Guest Referee. Or D, Casket Match.
Casket match. That's where he broke his back.
Yep. At the Royal Rumble 1999, excuse me. What type of match did Sable and Luna have for the WWF title? Hold on. A, bra and panties. B, evening gown. C, strap. Or D, handcuffs on a pole. Which one? What match did Luna and Sable have?
Repeat the answers again.
Bra and panties, evening gown, strap, or handcuffs on a pole match.
I think it was an evening gown.
Wrong. It was a strap.
It was really?
It was a strap match.
Oh, man.
I was hoping you picked D, handcuffs on a pole match.
You just wanted to hear handcuffs on it. You got creative with that one, didn't you?
Well, we've never seen handcuffs on a pole
We
match.
have not.
That would
You're
be
right.
interesting, though.
It would be kind of cool.
We've seen a lot of different things on a pole.
On a pole, but not handcuffs on a pole.
We've seen Judy Bagwell on a forklift, but we've never seen handcuffs on a pole. And the last question, who beat Kurt Angle at the Royal Rumble 2000? A, Taz, B, Rock, C, Jericho, or D, Benoit? Benoit, Jericho, Rock, or Taz?
Benoit, Jericho, Rock, or Taz.
Who beat Angle his first Royal Rumble?
Was it The Rock?
Wrong.
Yeah.
It was Taz.
It was Taz. All right.
So you...
I know.
think you got
I
lost.
lost.
That was pretty bad. So, if you want to test Steven out, it's easy. Ask him questions about something. He'll probably miss it.
Well, hey, ask me anything. I will probably get it false, but I won't go down without a fight here.
All right, fella. That's awesome, fella. But anyway, that's our little mind games we did today. If you got any questions, comments, go to our website, WrestlingAttitude.com. Leave them for Steven.
Yeah.
Go to our Facebook page. You can go to Facebook.com/WrestlingAttitude. Yeah, / and send us a tweet at WWA Show. / No, there's no slash.
No, there's no slash.
There's no slash on that. Mike, you got anything to say?
I've got to disagree with everything that everybody else has said.
I'm sorry, man, that you always got to disagree with everything.
He does.
Wait, no, I know what I was going to say. Real fast, we have... Little Stevie. Oh, man, JP, I swear.
Can we move on?
No, we're moving on. The next thing we'll go over, let's go into mind games, man.
You mean sound off?
Sound off. Thank you. Sound off. We're going to go into
That's
sound
why I'm
off. Here. For next week's picks, because picks are next week, the Rumble's next weekend, we will go ahead and you'll go first. Actually, JP said he want to go first no matter what.
Okay, that's fine.
So JP's going to go first.
So I did that for nothing.
That's not true. So that's not true. You didn't do it for anything. We're testing your knowledge. We're trying to get you to learn something about wrestling.
I like how you said you didn't do it for anything. There's no prize at the end of the tunnel, folks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there is. It's called the knowledge of the Royal Rumble.
You have to at least get 3 out of 16 right to stay on the show.
Hey.
All right.
Hey, I got 3.
You got 3. You got at least 3. So that's our new rule for mind games. You have to at least get 3 of the questions right. No matter how we do.
I'm okay with that rule. I really actually
if you get less than 3, you're gone. We gotta find a new host.
You know what? I'm gonna stick to that. That's good.
So, but no, next week on the show, JP will go first. You'll go second. I'll go last for picks.
Cool.
And me and JP's been talking. We are going to choose. If our final three, we'll go over the clarification. So I'll make sure the governing body understands the rules, which is me. We will. If our three guys finish as the top three in the Rumble, we get bonus points.
Ooh.
We'll talk about it though. We'll iron out the contract.
Gonna iron it.
Yeah. I will make sure J&J Security gives it a good look over. Okay.
That's a really bad look over.
Yeah. Did you this week though on Sound Off? We have a pretty good Sound Off this week planned. We're going to do your top 5 announcers of all time. Not ring announcers. I don't want to hear.
No.
I don't want to hear Justin Roberts, awesome Lillian Garcia, Tony Chimmel. I don't want to hear any of them ladies or guys. It's like I said, it's directly for the announcers, play-by-play or color commentary.
You forgot the best announcer of all time, Harold Fink.
WWA's Sound Off, where your voice can be heard. Sound off, let 'em know how you feel. If the anger inside is real. Sound off.
All right, Sound Off. Do you want to go over yours first?
Yeah, we can do that. All right, my number 5 of the top 5 here is Mr. Perfect. I liked Mr. Perfect when he was announcer. He was pretty good. Good color commentator. My number 3, or 4, just skipping on over that 4, Paul Heyman.
Number 4?
Yeah, number 4 is Paul Heyman. Number 5 was Mr. Perfect. Number 4 is Paul Heyman. And I'm talking about when he was with Jim Ross. I'm talking in WCW days. And then they even said they had some of the best chemistry right there. I think he's one of the underrated commentators / announcers in this industry. I really do. Number 3 was Jerry the King Lawler. You can't. As much as say what you want about the guy, but I think he's good. He's very his color commentary is just it's awful but awesome at the same time. And he made one of the best catchphrases ever, the puppies. We all know it. We've all heard it a million times, and you're gonna keep hearing it. Number 2, and I can't believe this guy made it on here, was JBL. I don't care if it's too early.
Already?
I don't care if it's too early. He makes enough. Every year, there are so many famous JBL quotes. He's been doing this, only 2-3 years at tops? Actually being on Raw, and he's good. I think he's good. It might be too soon. Number 1, and I'm not going to say Jim Ross, is Mr. McMahon. I like Mr. McMahon as an announcer. I thought he was good. He was clean cut. He was like what Michael Cole should be today. That's right, I said. Boom.
Really?
Yeah, really. Really, Miz.
Well, I can tell you right now, our next week will be the Intercontinental Champion, since you just called me Miz.
What does that have to do with anything?
If you go to WrestlingWithAttitude.com, there's actually a poll on our website. I'll go over the names that I put on the list. Jim Ross, Gordon Soley, Tony Schiavone, Gorilla Monsoon, Jerry the King Lawler, Paul Heyman, Joey Styles, JBL, Mike Tenay, Vince McMahon, Bobby the Brain Heenan, Jesse the Body Ventura, Lord Alfred Hayes, Lance Russell. You know who Lance Russell is?
That one I don't know.
World Class Championship Wrestler.
That was him. Okay.
Mr. Perfect, Jim Cornette, David Crockett. You know who David Crockett is?
Yeah.
Right? NWA.
Crockett Productions.
Yeah, Mid-South. Mark Lawrence. Actually, Lance Russell was AWA. I'm sorry. Mark Lawrence was World Class Championship Wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Bob Caudle, Jonathan Coachman, and Eric Bischoff.
I don't know Bob Caudle.
Bob Caudle was Mid-South Wrestling.
Okay.
with the Crockett's. So Bob Collier, I put up there. If you go to NWA Legends Convention and stuff like that in Charlotte, he's always there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So we had a person voted for Gordon Soley.
Wow.
So
Got a Gordon
do you know
Soley
who Gordon
fan.
Soley is?
Nope.
Gordon Soley was the original great announcer before Jim Ross. I mean, it was.
Who did he work for?
Florida Championship Wrestling. He was at AWA also at the same time, I think. So Gordon Soley, though, if you ask Jim Ross says Gordon Soley's the greatest ever, which he is. But we did have votings there. You can also tweet us at WWA Show, and we'll share their spots next week on the show.
Of course.
But I'll go with JP's first, and then I'll go with mine. Number 5 for him is Jesse Ventura. I can't believe you didn't have Jesse, man.
I meant to put Gorilla Monsoon on there, and I forgot. So that was a mistake. JBL shouldn't probably be on there.
Number 2, Vince McMahon.
Vince. Yeah, okay.
Number 3, Gorilla Monsoon. Number 2 for him was Macho Man.
Really?
Yep. Number 2 is
Alright.
Macho Man. And number 1 was Mr. Perfect.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Mr. Perfect was good. As an announcer, well, tell me, why? Why do you give that face with Mr. Perfect?
No, I'm fine with Mr. Perfect. I don't know, number 1. I mean, dude, Gordon Soley, Tony Schiavone. I mean, I love Tony Schiavone back in WCW. I thought he was awesome. And he was in WWF for a little bit.
Was he?
Yeah. He was there for a little bit.
I mean, I don't know about Tony Schiavone. Like, yes, he deserves to be on the top 10, top 5, but
Well, how can you say that? You didn't put him on top 5.
No, I mean, he deserves to be on the top 10. Top 5, I don't think.
All right.
I mean, and that's just me. You know me with
Well-
WCW.
Well, let me go with my top 5. Then
All
you
right.
can say what you want.
Cool.
Number 5 for me was Jesse Ventura. Number 5. Number 4 was Tony Schiavone. Just look. I grew up with WCW, NWA guy anyway, so I loved listening. Tony Schiavone to me was cool. I thought he was an awesome announcer before Jim Ross even started in NWA. I mean, they were there together and they worked together for a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I forgot Tony Schiavone was there in NWA, like, at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I mean, like, before the transition. Yeah.
So, to me, he was, I thought he was awesome. He was at World Championship Wrestling for a little bit, but he started in Florida Championship Wrestling.
I feel like a lot of them started in Florida.
They did.
Huh.
He is in the Hall of Fame, by the way, WWE Hall of Fame. He was 2008, Gordon Soley.
Oh, Gordon Soley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 3 for me was Mr. Perfect. I put him on the list. I love Mr. Perfect when he was announcing. Number 2, nobody else put him on there, which I'm surprised. It's probably because everybody puts him on the list. Jim Ross.
Yeah.
I mean, good old JR. Look, it's JR, man.
Oh, yeah, no.
I mean, no matter what, JR is one of the top 5. Top 2. Him and my number 1, you could flip-flop, but that's it. Nobody goes ahead of these 2 guys, though. Nobody. I don't care what JP. The reason you don't, I know JP didn't want to put him up there because everybody's going to put him up there.
Yeah.
Number 1 for me, Gordon Soley.
Okay.
Just growing up, he made me want to watch wrestling, and it went to Jim Ross. Jim Ross inherited it from him, and then, the great careers they both had.
Now, why, and I want to go back to my list here for a second. Mr. McMahon, why not even, I mean, he was, in my opinion, he was a good announcer. Like, he was that straightforward announcer like Michael Cole, but in my opinion, he was a little bit better. He wasn't Jim Ross, but he was that, he called it down the line. Like, when he did his stuff with Mr. Perfect and Macho Man, I thought it was pretty good.
No, he did some good things